Hello and good luck to Sporific Ooze, who just wished me good luck. Sweet name. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm gonna have to mulligan this. I can't keep this hand. Would you like to mull? Yeah. Too many lands, too little to do. Ooh, this one is questionable though. It's super powerful, and I have two. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it because one land gets me my 2/2 drops, and I'm on the draw, so I should be able to get these out fairly reliably. It is risky. Don't get me wrong. I get it. Temple of Silence. So you took my Temple of Silence. I see. Sporific Ooze. You're not a green mage like I would have anticipated. Or maybe you are, and this is one of your splash colors. You're blue. You would be blue. And nothing. Alright. Well, this was the risk I took. Opponent's doing nothing. Oh no. I've got to discard. So Hythonia is the go-to, which, yeah, it's going to be a while until I get to 6, so I actually kind of have to. Though, there was a thought of me dissing the Baleful Eidolon. Actually, maybe I get rid of the Eidolon Countless Battles, because my Odinist River Trawler will get it back. Yeah, this is going to take as long to cast this guy as it does for Hythonia. No. I want to discard you. I guess I should wait till the end of my turn, huh? Alright, Sporific Ooze. Really? Wow, okay. Sip, wait. I mean, Hythonia's just never getting played, right? And I already have a Keepsake Gorgon. And I think that'll be less relevant than the Sip of Hemlock later. My opponent missed a land drop too, so that's a thing. So we're both Smithsine lands. My opponent's stuck on 3. I'm stuck on 1. Hey, I got a land! Probably gonna get this guy countered. I'm okay with that. Or am I? Because I can't imagine what my opponent will only double 3 up for, right? I guess these are one and the same at this point. So I'll play the Eidolon since I can't get it back with Odinist River Trawler. There's more counters for it, but I feel like I'm just more likely to be able to grab something back. Nope, can't do it. Bummer that my opponent gets the scry, though. That's definitely a negative. You know, I could have just... You know what? I could have just not played anything. I just want to be getting out of my land screw, right? Ooh, Wingsteed Rider. That's dangerous. Hey, a land. So play the River Trawler, maybe? Yeah. No, I think I'll wait, since I just want to get lands out, and right now I can... this is an important decision that I can wait to decide what I want to be getting back. No, but if then I draw a land next turn, I can actually play both, right? Yeah. Well, if I try to play a land next turn, I'm probably going to wait at the Underworld of Wingsteed Rider before it gets huge. Or at least to buy myself some time. And River Trawler does allow me to attack. And we'll get this guy in. I have fairly written off this game. I guess I'm in it. My opponent got screwed a little bit as well, but having discarded 2 cards is not awesome. Sunbond? Really? Yeah, Sunbond is happening apparently. Does my opponent have life gain, or does it just have a targeting effect? That is fascinating. Super fascinating. So I can make this guy an 0/1 with Weight of the Underworld, which I kind of like, because I don't really need to... I just need to stay alive while I draw the lands, right? And I'm more worried just about this thing getting huge. So really I'm just playing the wait to buy time until I get to 6 mana to do Sip. Yeah, it seems okay. Look at us playing really ridiculous cards. I'm playing Wait, my opponent's playing Sunbond. This is the saddest Wingsteed Rider in the history of Wingsteed Riders. Like, really? You're gonna chant me with this kind of BS? Yes, yes I am. Oh, so that's what my opponent's doing. Trying to make Winged Steed Rider huge. Yeah, so that's going to get a Sip of Hemlock. We'll let that happen for sure. And then I'm going to let this happen for sure. Opponent has 4 cards as well. Oh. So what's the black my opponent's splashing? Obviously he's playing a blue-white deck with really sketchy cards. Not that I'm one to complain or criticize someone else's deck. I have a Returned Centaur and Weight of the Underworld currently on display. But 2 Citizen Battle Spreets, a Sunbond, Reaching Hippocant, Stymied Hopes, and 1 Winged Steed Rider. That's what I'm facing right now. Yay, nothing. Ooh, yay, Heliod's Emissary. Alright. Do I attack right now with my Keepsake Gorgon? 1, 2... I mean, there could be a Divine Verdict, right? Do I want to get that out of my opponent's hand? Not really. I'm actually fine on the defense. Am I playing Heliod's Emissary? I just want to maximize my mana. Am I going to get rid of my Odinist River Trawler and grab this Eidolon back? Probably. It's important enough. So we'll play the Emissary then. And then probably end of my opponent's turn, sacrifice the River Trawler, get back my Eidolon, put the Eidolon on the Emissary, and be able to attack fairly safely. Not entirely sure. Believe it or not, I'm not scared of the Winged Steed Rider because of my Sip of Hemlock. Should be okay. Backup plan is get the Keepsake Gorgon to 7 after we draw some more lands. Alright. Mayhaps this guy's about to get some counters, thanks to some Cetizen Battle Priesting. Just maybe. It would be nice to be able to use the River Trawler. So sure, that thing gets huge, and I definitely hope to get my land this next turn, but I'm also not sad that my opponent's using Dauntless Onslaught just to put some counters on a Winged Steed Rider, as opposed to like making me lose a card, you know? I'm at a high enough life total where it's not a big deal. Sorry, let's do this. Yes, please. Land. Yeah. I'm just going to do this now before things get, you know, wonky. It does mean my Eidolon is a little bit worse, but I'm okay with that. Attacking with both. 1, 2. There's 4 on the crackback. We're attacking in for 5. I'm very okay with that. I should have waited to play the Odinist, or to play my Sip before I attacked, huh? Yeah, definitely should have waited. Aww. Took out my Keepsake Gorgon. So I think next turn we'll just play Return Centaur and Return Phalanx. My opponent knows I have the Eidolon. I'm trying to gain a bunch of life. So yeah, we're not doing the race thing anymore, which is fine. I wasn't really planning on racing necessarily. But now everything is definitely staying back at this point. Is there anything that I want to put into my graveyard? I've already used the one graveyard thing from there, so no. So my opponent discards stuff, see more of my opponent's deck. And then I'll leave up my God's willing, pass the turn. And these two should do a lot of work to keeping my opponent grounded, as it were. Mostly worried about a flyer now, like another Wingsteed Rider or something. Mortal's Ardor, Fate, Stymied. The only thing I can imagine that makes this deck worth drafting is more Wingsteed Riders like Phalanx Leaders, because my opponent's playing a bunch of like randomy bestowy type things that aren't that important. Do I go down to 6? I think I do. Because I can still bestow my Eidolon. Don't really want more land. Take the Necrobite. Oh, I got another land. That's fine. If that's the case, so I just go ahead and do the Baleful Eidolon now? Just to maximize mana, of course. Kind of like that idea. Who do I put it on? I don't want to block with a lot. I guess the Return Centaur, because that allows Vanguard to be completely blocked. Yeah. And then I'm trying to think for the following turns what do I do. Put the Eidolon Countless Battles on Emissary. Becomes an 8/8, tap down the Vanguard. Then Benthic Giant happens. Then I'll have the Necrobite to back that up. And my opponent will be tapped out, which would be nice. Question is, on the Crackback, can I survive? Oh, probably now. My opponent's... I'm dead to a Sea God's Revenge no matter what, although the Baleful Eidolon will help with that quite a bit. I think we put the Eidolon of Countless Battles on the Emissary attack in. I don't think my opponent is going to do a block. But we'll tap down the Vanguard. And this just starts putting pressure on my opponent. And then I have the returned Phalanx as the backup. My opponent can start jumping, which is fine. Not awesome, but we gotta start clearing the way somehow. And have these Return Centaurs really nice. Aww. It was bound to happen. I see my opponent's not attacking now because I don't know why you would do that before attacks. But hey, I did a Sip of Hemlock. Though mine was wasn't giving my opponent a spirit enchantment creature. Do I have attacks? Oh, this 5/5 with a Necrobite. Kind of feel like I do. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it. See if my opponent wants to try to do some double blocking, which can really blow my opponent out thanks to the Necrobite. Just do another chump. Cool with that too. Oh no, my opponent does want to do the double block, or the this thing. Great. I'll take it. Sure. Alright, do I just want another 2/1? No, I want to bestow something. I guess we're just to bestow a Return Phalanx. It seems bad because it can't attack, but having a 5/4 is average right now. Maybe I just put on the Return Centaur. I guess mostly I am worried about bouncing, and if my opponent bounces the most important blocker, I get 2 guys back. That's kind of nice. Alright, still in good shape. Attack with the Eidolon again. 4, 5, 6. I don't get as many great hits in, but I can attack with Return Centaur, and if my opponent wants to try double blocking I get to eat at least 2 dudes and get guys back. So yeah, I'm actually okay with that, thanks to Death Touch. I'm basically just trying to whittle away my opponent's board state while I can, and before my opponent draws into like a powerful Sea God's Revenge or something. Gotta even it up some way, somehow. I'll kill this guy first. Combat? No? Oh, cool. Sweet. 2 for 1, plus I get these guys back. I'm very okay with that. Whittle, whittle, whittle. It allows my Eidolon counts battles to attack in. There could be tricks, but I still have a good board state after that. Should have played my swamp, but I was clicking too fast. Well, not really too fast, but I just wasn't thinking. It's not a big deal, but if I draw like a Scholar of Athreos or something, I want lands out. Colossus. This deck does not warrant a Colossus deck, right? Ugh. I mean, my opponent still needs 2 lands to make it a well, we drew well, so that's nice. I was gonna say, it's take 2 lands for this guy to become really big deal, and we do have enough chump blockers, but still. How are you playing a Colossus of Akros in a deck like this, which is supposedly somewhat aggressive? But whatever. Your deal, I suppose. Too bad I can only regenerate this guy twice. But I think I'll be able to get enough damage before that's relevant? Hopefully? Maybe? Kind of? So my opponent gets to Monstrous the Colossus now. And how do I stay alive with it? So let's see what my opponent does for attacks. Oh yeah, it's a 20/20. For some reason, I forget that the Monstrosity also gets 20/20. So maybe I can't survive this. We shall see. Oh! I think you made a mistake. This gives me an out. Still don't think I can win it here. So if I attack 3, the 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17. I can technically block the Colossus enough to not die. The question is right now, while my opponent's tacked out, can I attack in enough? Not really. I don't think I'm winning this. My opponent's giving me outs, which is nice. I don't think I have anything that deals with the Colossus in my deck, do I? Do I have bounce or anything? No, I don't think so. My opponent attacking now? Yes, my opponent should attack. Okay, I have to block 14 at least of this. So probably the 2 return phalanxes soak that up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's still me taking 8 damage. I have to block 2 more damage, right? So I can throw all my guys in. Do that. If I do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, I take 5, and then I have to regenerate. That doesn't seem like a very good idea. I think I block with these guys as well, right? I don't know how I don't. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh. I have to block the sentry. Yep. 6, 7, 9. Take 5, I go down to 1. Oh, Colossus of Akros, how sad I am to lose to you. And now that I'm paying attention to that, I need to remember that this was our first game, and you guys have been watching so patiently. And despite all this mulligan, or not all this, oh, okay, so that's a thing. I should concede because of time, but I think there's still enough to, a couple seconds isn't a big deal. And there is enough time to still win this. Alright. Anything you want to bring in? We saw a couple of enchantments. So we're definitely bringing in the Ray. Like I said, Wait was the first one to come out. Unless is there something else I don't like here? Okay, good. Excuse me, I think we liked everything else. Yeah, I think I'm cool with that. Yep. We'll go this route. Alright. So, I'm feeling cocky, and I'm intentionally using a negative word, because I definitely feel like my deck is better than my opponent's. My opponent is playing 20 bazillion mediocre cards to make what looked like one card, or I guess Wavecrash trying 2 cards work. And then on top of that, has a fairly inconsistent game plan. But at the same time, this is Magic the Gathering. And look, we have 3 of our, 5 white spells and nothing else to do. Eidolon makes this okay, but since I don't have any other plays to get to until I draw infinitely more lands, we're going to have to mulligan this. Yeah, this is better. Not awesome, but definitely better. We'll at least have a 2-drop and do a 3 more than likely. And then Array of Dissolution is actually pretty good against my opponent. And this makes me want to run out the Eidolon even more, because on his River Trawler I can trade this guy off and then use the Trawler to get it back. That's always good. Opponent suggested Battle Priest. We have a Return Phalanx. What else you got, my friend? A Gift of Immortality. Okay, so gains 2 life. That's a thing. Necrobite's also a thing, and not trying land is also a thing. Alright, so what's the lesson of this draft so far? Both games I haven't drawn lands. I did some mulliganing. Maybe I have to look back and see if my mulligan decisions were correct. Actually, if my opponent has a trick, I could care less. I'll take one. I don't want to trade my Return Phalanx for no reason. That's fine by me. I'll just continue to do nothing. Awesome. Cool beans. This is great. Still down to take 1. Still very okay with that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Sad day. You're gonna Divine Verdict my next born Eidolon. Okay. I'm not too sure if that's right or not. Could be okay, because you might want to be maximizing on my Mana Screw right now. Ooh, the Hopeful Eidolon. Gonna gain a bunch of life. I am not cool with that, my friend. That is not great for me. Yay! Okay. Do I want a Harpy? Do I want a Ray of Dissolution? Which, I guess I don't really need to deal with this Citizen Battle Priest right away. So I'm kind of interested in just getting more threats on the table. So we'll do that. Odinist River Trawler is fine because I do like the card advantage, but it's not really doing much against my opponent, so who cares? I'd rather just start getting my threats out. And that allows me to be, again, a little more versatile later when I decide, maybe there's another enchantment that gets thrown in there. What else is happening here? Ooh, so that's gonna get bad. How do I want to deal with that? I have lots of cards that deal with it eventually. The Ray of Disillusion I do want to kill with the Hopeful Eidolon. For now we're okay, but now my opponent's going to have a 4-6. So at some point, that's going to take a sip. Oh! My opponent gains the life with the Cetessan Battle Priest. Dang. 10? That is pretty impressive. So unfortunately, because this is just so much life-linking damage, I'm going to have to go ahead and keep my Blood Toll Harpy back and try to Necrobite here. Good news is the Gift of Immortality, sure, it keeps the Cetessan Battle Priest alive, but it gets rid of the Sun Bond by killing it, and all the +1/+1 counters, so... I have to say, though, despite the fact that I'm critiquing my opponent's poor card choices, I am definitely enjoying, and I hope my opponent's enjoying too, these interactions you don't get to see that often in the format, because generally they're not powerful enough to win matches, but they're still pretty sweet, you gotta admit, when it happens. What? What? Oh, well. Well, that just sealed the deal all the way, right? I can't imagine possibly coming back from that. Taking 18 from this guy by himself next turn, right? Do I even have 2 enchantments in my graveyard? Because I was trying to do this and sacrifice it. Eh. Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to record another draft this fine Friday day. So this one's going up on the site. An interesting perspective of a draft gone awry. But I still think it's important and you can learn from it. I just don't like posting drafts where I lose in the first round because it kind of is bad for your investment of time in watching things, but I can't really help it. And we're done. That is that. We lost. We have a Hythonia, though. This doesn't really matter. Is the Eidolon worth anything, right? Because, I don't know. What's standard? What's constructed? I'm confused. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching and dealing with this really fun draft format. I think everyone's pretty bored. Everyone's really just excited for Journey to Nyx. I've enjoyed the draft format quite a bit because it is so balanced. Fairly boring, like I was saying, but I think for someone like me who just likes to enjoy drafting period and trying to win and try to develop some basics, this actually allowed me a place to really flex some different muscles and aggro and stuff. And I was really happy to get in some black-white action, my favorite archetype. Too bad it didn't work out. Comment, subscribe, and like on YouTube, my friends. Also, manabluff.com. If you leave comments there, I promise to respond. I can't always get to YouTube. Or you can find me on Twitter, __RJH__. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy previews. See you next week. Bye.